Do you always feel overwhelmed with the demand on your time? Let's talk about ways we can change that. Let's go. Hi guys, hi guys, hi guys, hi guys, hi guys, hi. Welcome back to Nadi's Life Diary. Or welcome back to Nadi's Life Diary. Hi guys, hi guys, hi guys. You understand the vibes. You understand the vibes. I'm so grateful for you guys here. My name is Nadine Kwanta. If this is the first time you're logging in, if you're a returning subscriber, if you're a returning subscriber, boop, 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 I vibe with you, okay? Thank you for being here. Thank you for supporting your girl. Thank you for being in the community. Thank you. Thank you so much. Today, we're just going to be diving right in. We're going to be building boundaries, okay? We're going to be building boundaries. Every land has fences. So you cannot just be a human being and your life is just going. You should know how to define the things that define your boundaries, define rules around relationships, interactions, how things you're comfortable with, things you expect, how you want to be treated emotionally, physically, how your time needs to be spent. You're going into relationships, you're going into marriage, you're going into parenthood, motherhood, and you don't have boundaries. We use boundaries every day. We use boundaries at work. We use boundaries at what's it called? We use boundaries at work, at church, in school, in our marriage, with our partners, with our brothers, with our sisters. Boundaries is just like what is allowed? What do you allow around you? What do people know that you don't try this when you go to Nadine's house? You don't try this on Nadine's kids. You don't use those words when you're talking to Nadine's kids or about Nadine's kids. You don't say those words around Nadine. You don't use abusive words when you're talking to Nadine. You do not put this word and my name in the same sentence when you're talking about friendships. My friends will know the type of things that can go on around me that I won't be able to call you out, and the things that I will allow to pass and things that are not allowed to pass. Those are boundaries. Life, you must have boundaries. How do you not have boundaries? I just want to just be going. It's not possible. You have things that you have to point out that this is a no-no for me. It doesn't work here. You put your foot down that this thing does not work here. We all need to have boundaries. We all need to be able to set boundaries. Every institution, every company, every personality needs terms and conditions, and that's what makes a boundary. A boundary is what is allowed, what you're comfortable with. It might be physical, it might be your time, it might be emotional, but those are boundaries. How you want to be treated, how you want to be spoken to, things that are allowed around you, around your kids, around your the people that matters to you. That is, in a nutshell, is what a boundary is. In motherhood, the boundaries can be, for example, I'm going to use myself like when after I gave birth to my daughter, I did something differently. When I gave birth to my son, I didn't have that knowledge. So I learned from that and I did it the second time. When I gave birth to my daughter, I said, I do not want no visitors for the first 2 weeks after my baby is here. I was not ready. I did not have, I used this word recently on a friend of mine and she has been using it. I did not have the emotional battery. I did not have the social battery to be smiling and taking guests and all those stuff when I'm stressed and bleeding, still bleeding from childbirth, trying to entertain people, trying to come down the staircase for people to see the baby. No, I wasn't just going to do that. So yes, I built that boundary. I set those rules and terms and conditions that this is the date that you guys can start coming in to see the baby. And that worked perfectly for me. So what is that you say that you protect your mental health by building boundaries, you protect your it also helps you to foster healthy relationships because people know what to do around you. People know your kind, what defines your personality. People know how it encourages self-care. You are able to know that okay, this is how I want to care for myself. It fosters independence because you're able to say, okay, this is the time that I set that in 2 weeks people can come in. So before the 2 weeks, what do I need to get prepared with? Do I need lounge sets that will come down to see the guests? To put that comfortable wears, how is the parlor supposed to look like, the entertainment I'm gonna give them, turn on the TV, at least the baby will be 2 weeks old, what is allowed. For me, I wrote on the wall, no one should kiss my baby. Some people don't even listen. And then we had a signpost that said wash and sanitize before you get into the parlor. Those are boundaries, physical boundaries that were supposed to help me recover and go through as a new mom. What are your boundaries at work? What is allowed? What is allowed for your coworkers to make fun of? What are you open to in that relationship that you feel like it's a red flag, it's uncomfortable to you, but you're not saying anything about it? A few months into 2021, after I just had my daughter, I went for a birthday party, and I my baby did not want any other person to carry her, and I had to help out, right, with the birthday arrangements and stuff like that. I know how to do event planning, or to just help out in the party. And a cousin of mine, someone else picked up my daughter and took her out, like took the child from me, and then took her out of the venue. Of course, the screaming child out of the venue, um, with the notion that okay, you can always be clinging to your mom. I'm gonna take you away. This no, that's emotion, and took the child away. For the entire time that she was out with my screaming child out of that building, I did not do anything else than look at her go back and forth the car park with that screaming child. And in my head, I'm like, what am I doing? This is my child. Why am I not doing something about it? I went outside and told her to give me my child, and I suited, of course, she stopped crying. This video is about setting boundaries. That's a boundary to me that she had crossed. That no, I was not even aware that that could be a boundary to say no. It's okay for my child to want only me. It's okay for a child to be clingy at this stage. It's okay for me to say no. You don't need to take her, or I'm not giving her to you, and stand on business. It's okay to say no with no explanation. No is a complete sentence. No is a response. No is an answer. No is enough to make your point. No is enough to secure that boundary of yours that you want to emphasize. The fact that they are calling you each time they want to do something, each time they want to put something together, does not mean that you're the best. It's because you're available. It's because you're always available. And there's no value with availability. When something is in excess, there's no value. I saw something online again that said that when you draw boundaries, people don't miss, they are not upset about the fact that you set boundaries. They are upset that you took away the version of you that they had access to. How dare you give them, restrain them access to that version of you that they wanted to use? People pleasing can be very confusing because you kind of think about how that person is going to feel, and then you just want to do it. You just want to go with the flow because you don't want drama, you don't want conflicts, you want. Genuinely enjoy seeing other people happy. I enjoy celebrating people. I enjoy doing things for people. I enjoy serving. My traits are empathetic, are kind, I'm bubbly, but I also am a human being. You are like a battery. You are like a device that has a battery that gets charged. The point of break for me was when my daughter had her own birthday, and then I had to do all these things by myself. I mean, it was my child's birthday. I had to do those things by myself, and I silently told myself in that moment that this was never going to happen again. I was only going to be available. I was only going to be available when I need to be available, when I want to be available. My time will be valued when I'm around. The fact that you want to see other people smiling doesn't mean that you should put yourself last. No, you can also put yourself first. Most people don't build boundaries, don't set boundaries because they're scared of the reaction or disappointing other people. I am a people pleaser, so I'll tell you for free. I enjoy seeing people happy. I enjoy making people happy. So disappointing people sometimes is very difficult for me, but that's something I had to work on to actually say, okay, it's okay for you to look for someone else to do it. I do not have time for it right now. It's okay for you to I cannot do that because it's going to be overwhelming. This weekend is not a good time for us to meet. I want to go out, but I do not want to go out with another family. I do not want to. I want to be able to be spontaneously going out this weekend. Like, just put my kids in the car. I don't want another person. If you want to go, you can go another weekend, or we can go separately. I need you to be able to put those things together. Okay, we are put your feelings in that box first before another person's feelings. It will reduce conflict because I mean, if you're able to communicate effectively what your boundaries are, what is expected, what is important to you, what is physically to identify your needs and communicate them clearly and be consistent and practice that self compassion, you'll be able to foster that boundary that you've set. Everyone will be able to understand that, okay, this is what she needs, this is what she means when she says this, this is what um, her boundary is. A few practical ways that you can help set boundaries is that you can identify your needs. What do you need in that time, in that season in your life? What is that need that you need to be met? For example, like I use for myself, I needed to not have the social and emotional battery to have visitors in my home when I just had that baby. I needed to focus on me. I needed to be able to tap into my own energy. I did not want to pick up or entertain anybody. Those were my needs. Communicate clearly. I sent out messages to all family members and well wishers. This is what I want. This is date and time. You can start coming in. You can tell me before you come in or a day before you come in, and so that I can prepare myself for you. Be consistent. If someone had showed up at my door, which nobody actually did, if someone had showed up at my door for any reason, the person would have been left there. I was standing on business. I knew that I was going to stand on business, and that is why I took those practical steps to reach out to them before. Practice self compassion. Discuss the importance of being kind to yourself. I always say the statement of give yourself some grace, be kind to yourself. You you are thinking about the disappointment that that other person is going to have, but you're not thinking about how time constrained, how uncomfortable that person is making you feel. That is what I want you to have at the back of your mind. Be kind to yourself that this is something you're working on, this is something you've put in place, and you need to see it through. And lastly, to wrap all this up, I'm just rumbling all these things to say that no is an answer. It's okay when you can't do something for you to say you don't want to do this thing. For you to communicate to your partner, this is not how I like to be touched. This is not what the words you can use on me. This is what is not allowed around me, to me, from me in any way. That is the whole summary of this mumbo jumbo on how to build boundaries. To set boundaries, reasonable and reasonable boundaries that's going to help you. Boundaries is actually self-care because when you set those boundaries, you'll be able to feel independently empowered for yourself because you set the rules and regulations of the things that are allowed around you. So if you found this video helpful in any way, you've learned anything today, please like, share, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.